കേരളത്തിലെ ഒരു നാട്ടിൻപുറത്ത് ജനിച്ചു വളർന്ന ഒരു ശരാശരി മലയാളിക്ക് ഒരു അരമണിക്കൂർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 15 മിനിറ്റ് മുതൽ അരമണിക്കൂർ വരെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞാൽ കുറച്ച് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുള്ളൊരു കാര്യമാണ് അല്ലേ? ഇങ്ങനൊരു ടോപ്പിക്കിൻ്റെ ഐഡിയ വരാൻ കാരണം എന്താണെന്നറിയോ? ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ച ഒരു വീഡിയോ ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു സൈമൺ സ്റ്റീക്കിൻ്റെ പബ്ലിക് സ്പീക്കിങ്ങിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വീഡിയോ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ വൈഫ് എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് വന്നിട്ട് ചോദിച്ചു, ചേട്ടാ നിങ്ങൾ എന്തിനാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോ കാണുന്നത്? അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, അടുത്തൊരു വീഡിയോ ചെയ്യുന്നതിനുള്ള ഒരു റെഫറൻസ് ആയിട്ട് കാണുന്ന വീഡിയോ ആണിത്. അപ്പോൾ പുള്ളിക്കാരൻ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞൊരു കാര്യമുണ്ട്, എന്ത്, നിങ്ങൾ സ്പോക്കൺ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ട് കുറേ വീഡിയോകൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, വേറെയും കുറേ ചാനലുകാർ എങ്ങനെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് മലയാളത്തിൽ കുറേ വീഡിയോകൾ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ ക്ലാസ്സുകളൊക്കെ കേട്ടു, സ്പോക്കൺ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ ക്ലാസ്സും കേട്ടിട്ട് ഒരു വ്യക്തി ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത്. ഞാൻ ഒരു സെക്കൻഡ് ഒന്ന് ഇങ്ങനെ ആലോചിച്ചിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു, അവർ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അവരെത്ര ക്ലാസ് കേട്ടോട്ടെ, എത്ര വീഡിയോ കണ്ടോട്ടെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എത്ര ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സിനിമകളോ സ്പോക്കൺ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സോ കണ്ടോട്ടെ, പക്ഷെ അവർ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ഒരു 10-15 മിനിറ്റ് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്കൊരിക്കലും ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അപ്പോൾ വൈഫിൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞൊരു കാര്യമാണ്, നിങ്ങൾ അങ്ങനെ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന തരത്തിലുള്ള എന്തെങ്കിലും വീഡിയോകൾ ചെയ്യേ. അപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് ആളുകൾക്ക് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കും. അങ്ങനെ പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അവരുടെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഇമ്പ്രൂവ് ആവും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ വീഡിയോ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു പരീക്ഷണമാണ്. കാരണം ഞാൻ ഇന്നേ വരെ ഒരു 15 മിനിറ്റോ അരമണിക്കൂറോ ഒന്നും നിർത്താണ്ട് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ ആരുടെ സംസാരിച്ചിട്ടൊന്നുമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇതൊരു പരീക്ഷണമാണ്, ട്രൈ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുകയാണ്. കാരണം ഈ വീഡിയോ കാണുന്ന ആളുകൾക്ക് ഒരു ഐഡിയ കിട്ടും, ഞാൻ എങ്ങനെ ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് ആരും ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ എങ്ങനെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ സംസാരിച്ച് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യും എന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കുന്നവർക്കുള്ള ഒരു ഉത്തരം കൂടിയാണത്. കാരണം ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ആരോടുമല്ല, വെറുതെ ക്യാമറയുടെ മുന്നിൽ ഇരുന്നിട്ടാണ് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതുപോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് എല്ലാ ദിവസവും ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാന്നുള്ളൊരു എക്സാമ്പിളായിട്ട് പറയുന്നതേ ഉള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് സംസാരിച്ച് നോക്കാം. എത്ര നേരം സംസാരിക്കുന്നു എന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഉറപ്പില്ല. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിലൂടെ കയറി വരുന്ന എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ടോപ്പിക്ക് പരസ്പരം കണക്റ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് പറയാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ മാക്സിമം പറയും. അപ്പോൾ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിൽ പറയാൻ പോകുന്ന അടുത്ത 10 മിനിറ്റ് 15 മിനിറ്റ് എത്ര പറയുന്ന അറിയില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അത് മുഴുവൻ നിങ്ങൾ കേൾക്കുക, കേട്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ അഭിപ്രായങ്ങൾ അറിയിക്കുക. തെറ്റുകളും കുറ്റങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവും, പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും ഒരു ട്രയലാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു കോൺഫിഡൻസ് ലെവലിൽ നമുക്ക് നോക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമുള്ള സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുള്ളത്. So I'm taking this as a great opportunity to speak in front of all of you guys. So this is like a trial, as I told you. I'm gonna speak for another 15 to 30 minutes, and this is my first time in my life I'm gonna speak. Can I tell you something which is really controversial statement? Like me, you, and everybody was like, we were like a great public speakers when we born. Like when we born, the God has given the enough public speaking capacity. Then you are thinking about that, okay, what happened to that public speaking capacity, or how we were like a great public speakers when we were like a newborn babies. The examples are, you can see all the newborn babies, mostly they were crying when they want to change the pampers. They were crying when they are hungry. They are crying when they are not feeling well. They are crying when they need the mom or dad to come and take care of them, right? They were communicating with their parents, grandparents, or their relatives through their language, right? So they were communicating to them, and all the things were getting done, right? That they were getting feed on time. Imagine the newborn baby was not crying on every time when she needs something. Imagine that if the mom and dad really bothered about that, she's gonna get the things done. But on a busy schedule like this, I'm not sure that the kids are gonna get something if they are not communicating to the parents, right? So we were like a great communicators. Imagine like 1.5-year-old, 2-year-old, we were started speaking like 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, and most of our parents were really happy, right? And they will take you to the public, they will take you to the relatives, they will take you for the party, and whenever you go out or whenever they have seen you to the other peoples or strangers, they will ask you to, okay, come on, speak up, or just show them how to speak, just talk to them. They were encouraging you guys or me and you to speak to the whole world, because they were really happy that my child is started speaking to the world, so I want my child to speak to the entire world. That situation was like that, and we were speaking to everyone, and everybody was really happy. Even the parents were really happy, right? Then what happened? Then like this 2-year-old kid turn to 3, 4, 5, 6. Once they reach 5 to 6, the picture is going to get changed. The twist is going to come, right? When we were like 6-year-old or 5-year-old, we are still speaking in the same wavelength. When you are out, when you are in the function, when you are in the meeting, when you are in the marriage function, you are speaking to the strangers, you are speaking loudly, you are speaking to everyone, you are roaming around and talking to everyone, and your mom and dad is coming and they're saying that, shh, no, don't talk to the strangers, don't talk loudly, can you please keep quiet, or don't talk to everyone. You cannot talk to same like when you are at home. This is not your home, this is outside. You are not allowed to talk to the strangers, or this is not the way to talk to the other people. You are not allowed to talk. Why you are talking like this? Keep quiet, let the adults talk. Keep silence. So you are getting a lot of instructions, you are getting a lot of restrictions in your life. Then the small mind is getting a conclusion that if you want to speak to the world, if you want to speak someone apart from your family, if you are outside of your house, you are not allowed to speak without the permission from your parents. That means you are getting a message that public speaking is something really dangerous. So if you don't have the permission, or if you don't have the right authority to, you are not allowed to do that one. So we are fixing a conclusion to our mind that okay, better don't speak to the public, or better don't speak to the others. So this is the first time in your life, in your mind, it is getting a convinced message that public speaking is dangerous, or public speaking is not allowed. Second time, when you turn to 8 years old, 10 years old, when you are in the 4th grade, 5th grade, or 5th standard, one day I'll tell you one thing. One day when I was attending the history class, like when we are like on the 5th standard, I was doing a daydreaming. Actually, I was doing the meditation. Nowadays, or even those days, the teachers were used to call that, this is called daydreaming. Actually, now I comes to know that it was a meditation, not a daydreaming. I was enjoying through the window. I was watching this beautiful world. I was watching the beautiful birds, flowers, trees, and everything. And the teacher was taking the great war between India and the Britain. Then the teacher has noticed that this guy Shiju is not paying attention in my class. So what I have to do, I have to make sure that all the students are paying attention in my class. So the teacher was asking this question: when was the 1947 war happens between India and Britain? This was the question. And the teacher said, if you know the answer, raise your hands. What happens? Most of the kids are going to raise the hands if they know the answer, or who is paying attention. They are all going to raise the hands. Obviously sure that I didn't raise my hand, right? Because I was doing meditation. Then teacher told me, Shiju, come on, get me the answer for this question. Then I just stand up, and this is the time I have to speak to the public, because everybody, almost 60 students were in the class, and including the teachers, like 61. 61 it's a pretty big audience for a small kid like 10 years old. And now this is my time for me to speak to the public. Everybody is waiting for my answer. Even I know the answer, because of the chemical reactions which happens in my brain. I lost the connection between brain. So what happened? I know the answer, and even the answer is there in the question. 1947. I said 1957. Then everybody started laughing, and the teacher shows me the red card. You are out of the class. Get out house. Then I just went outside. On that day, what was the intention of the teacher? The intention of the teacher was to make sure that all the kids are paying attention in my class, or you have to listen carefully, you have to learn the things. That was the intention. But what was the conclusion? The conclusion was that public speaking is dangerous, especially in front of the childs. Because you know one thing, childs are the most dangerous or most difficult audience in the world. Why? Because imagine now I'm in Dubai. If I'm going back for a reunion, if I imagine I bought a Mercedes-Benz car and I'm going on my own Benz car for the reunion. I just went there with Armani suits, all the branded items. Then I went there. Imagine they are not bothered about what I have. They're gonna tell me that, you know, Oh, look at this. Who came? That's 1957, right? They're not gonna forget that situation. So that's what I'm saying, that the kids are the most difficult or most dangerous audience in this world. So when I was talking about the teachers, I have a lovely question for you. And you have 10 seconds time to answer this question. Like the question is that if I'm asking that, can you please tell me the name of the 2 teachers who did some influence in your life? Your time starts now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. I'm sure that 99.9% of the people who are watching this video, they have an answer that these are the 2 teachers who did some influence in my life, right? Because maybe from first standard to the college or graduation, post-graduation, more than 100 teachers have just gone through your life. And when I ask you to pick two teachers from that whole 100 list, it was very easy for your brain to pick that name, right? Why? Because how it was possible for you to pick that 2 names within the seconds? Because these are the teachers who did something in your life, who did something when you were struggling, who gave you some kind of instruction, who gave you some kind of advice, or they gave you a motivation, or they gave you a confidence that you have the ability to do this one, or you have the ability to solve this problem, and we are all with you, and just do it, I'm with you. Because of that, like what they did without expecting anything, that is the main point in this one. They did something for you without expecting anything back from you. That was a turning point in your life. Because of that moment, you have decided to go somewhere, you have decided to do something. Because of that, maybe you are in a great position, you started your own business later on in the all these things came because of just that moment in your life. That is the reason after many years, maybe like 15 years, 20 years later, still if I'm asking you to tell me the name of those teachers, within fraction of seconds your brain is picking the name of the 2 teachers, right? Because they did something good for you without expecting. So this is the biggest point in this world. If you want somebody to take care of you, or if you want somebody to remember your name, that means you have to do something, right? I'm gonna ask you a second question. This question will make you to think again and again, because when I got this question for the first time, I got really shocked. I was thinking somebody's gonna tell the answer for this one. Then I thought, okay, I'll ask you the same question. Imagine I'm gonna ask you to the whole world, that except you, that can you please tell me the name of 2 or 5 people who did some influence in your life? How many of you think that somebody is gonna tell your name? That how many of you think that you did something good for the others without expecting anything? Because of that, something happens good for them, and still they are remembering that these are the people who did some influence in my life. If you are confident, or if you are sure that you did something good and you did some influence in others' life, you can say you are an influencer. If you did that one, you can press the like button for this video. Or if you really wanted to mention what happened, you can still mention in the comment section what was that incident actually, right? So everybody wanted to be an influencer, right? This has to be your motivation, or this has to be your purpose of the life. If you started doing something which is good for the others, or if you started doing something which is good for the others but without expecting anything from them, you may be thinking like, what I can do, I'm not a rich person, I'm not well educated, I don't have any special kind of ability to help others. I'll tell you some kind of suggestion, I'll tell you some kind of examples what you can do. Imagine you are standing in an elevator, it is going to get closed, and you have noticed that 2 guys who are running towards the lift, they want to get into the lift before it gets closed, but they have no chance to get into the lift because it's already started to get closed. What you can do 2 things. Either you can look like somewhere that you haven't seen this guy and you can act like that, right? Or you can press the open button, wait sorry, wait for 1 or 2 minutes, let those two guys to get into the lift and you guys can go together. But for this one, you have to spend your 1 or 2 valuable minutes for some strangers without expecting anything, right? You're not gonna get anything just for the waiting for the 1 or 2 minutes for them. But let me tell you one thing. Imagine those two guys were going for an interview. Because of you just press the open button and you wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Because of that 2 minutes, those guys were able to get into the interview on time. When the panel called their name, they reach exactly on the same moment, and they just go through the interview and they got selected to the company. After 10 years, after 15 years, he became the CEO of that company. Once he became the CEO of that company, somebody is taking his interview. He's telling that one guy, I don't know what is his name, one guy, he pressed the open button for the lift and he just waited for 2 minutes, because he spent the 2 minutes for us. Because of that 2 minutes, I went for the interview, I passed the interview. Now I just became the CEO of this company. He's an influencer. He's the man turned my life. So you are going to be an influencer, right? Imagine you are walking through a hospital. Imagine you're walking through an office. You have seen that one cleaner is cleaning the floor. Just give him a smile. You don't want to say anything. Just smile, because somebody is working like a cleaner or those kind of below average position. According to them, if someone is smiling to them, that means it's a great motivation to them, right? Their day is fulfilled with happiness because somebody is smiling on us. So this is the one thing. Imagine you are traveling on a bus or a train. One pregnant lady is coming, one old guy is coming in. If you have the capacity to stand, because you are mentally strong, physically strong, you can stand. Don't look outside and don't act like you haven't seen these guys. Just give your seat to them, let them sit, let them feel that they are comfortable, right? That is a good thing, and you are not expecting anything. You don't want it to be a Mother Teresa. You don't want it to be someone who is doing a lot of charity in his life. These are the small things which we can do to the others without expecting anything. And do you know one thing? Recently I heard one of the speech from Simon Sinek. On that video, he was telling that the purpose of our life is that each one teach one. That has to be the slug line. What is each one teach one? Each one teach one means you and me, all of us have some kind of abilities, some kind of ideas, or some of the information you know much better than the others. So if you know something about any kind of topics, if you can tell, if you can pass the information to the others who doesn't know about that one, then this whole world will improve a lot. Let me tell you one thing. I have a big dream. I have a dream that many people has to call me that because of this guy called Shiju, we have started speaking in English. Because of this influence, because of his motivation, because of his support, it was a great opportunity for us to start speaking in English. So that was my dream, and the other one is like I have to travel to the whole world and speak to the millions of the people. If you have a dream, or if you don't have a dream, may set one dream for you apart from your ordinary or apart from your regular jobs, because your jobs cannot be your passion, or your passion cannot be your job, right? Why? Because of this busy schedule, everybody is running behind the job and they are all getting tense, pressure, mental stress and everything, and they don't find happiness in the life. If you want to do something happy, or if you want to live happy, find like 30 minutes or 1 hour time, spend for your improvements. Do something which is really like you, which you want to do something in your life, and this will make a big change in your life. So I'm sure that I have started somewhere in the newborn baby, and I go through all these different stories, and I'm sure maybe somewhere you felt that there is no connection. It looked like some kind of cartoon story, something like that, right? But this is a trial. Actually, I have tried my best to speak for another 10-15 minutes to you guys. So do the same kind of thing and practice on daily basis for 10 minutes, 15 minutes in your life. If you want to know that how you are speaking, what is your accent, how you are pronouncing, how the things going on, what you have to do, where you have to do some kind of changes, updation and everything, just record same like this in your camera or in your mobile phone and keep playing and watch. If you don't wanna publish, don't publish, but keep it in your private list and do the same thing for another 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. But I'm sure that if you're doing this one for the 1 year, after 1 year, like after 1 year from today's date, you're gonna feel that, oh my God, what a tremendous change happens to my speech, what a tremendous change happens to my public speaking ability. Now I can speak much better than what I was or where I was in 1 year before. This is a great trial and it's a great opportunity. I hope you guys like this video, and if you have any comments and if you have any suggestions, please let me know. We'll be coming back with some kind of tips, tricks, or if you like these kind of topics, let me prepare some kind of another topics, and we'll do the same kind of practice for another 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Later on we will make it to 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, because I'm sure that this is going to help for me to start speaking to the whole world. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you like the video, please press the share button, like button, and if you're watching my channels for the first time, please consider subscribing. See you next time. Till then, take care. Shijuthomas. Bye bye.